Brad Cunningham, the CEO of Ripple, has affirmed that XRP will take the place of Bitcoin, stating that XRP costs $10,000 and will replace Bitcoin. Arthur Pritchett, a co-founder of Ripple Labs and the creator of XRP, said that XRP is made for $10,000 and needs to be scalable to support 7.5 billion people. Thus, this isn't the first time a Ripple co-founder has said that. Brad Cunningham, the CEO of Ripple, has earlier predicted that XRP would overtake Ethereum in market capitalization and rank second in size only to Bitcoin, with a valuation of over $25,000. And according to the report, there were some sell transactions when XRP glitched to above $37,124 on the Bybit crypto exchange. Several directors and officials at Ripple have essentially already acknowledged that XRP will cost between $10,000. Significantly surpass this figure, since XRP is expected to supplant Bitcoin, which was only a beta test token. Particularly, this information was released following Wells Fargo's approval of XRP for payment and RealFi's formal confirmation that they would use the actual token to add more than $650 trillion to the XRP ledger. Since this alone would force XRP to reach $9,818 per XRP, this is now quite optimistic. Now, what a fantastic way to discuss XRP since its price is officially skyrocketing, and we have teamed up with Apple to give each and every viewer of this video up to $100 in free XRP. Merely by sharing this video, liking it, and subscribing to the channel using your own preferences. Quickly, you also need to register on Apple using the URL I provided in the explanation and complete a transaction. This process is really simple, quick, and takes less than 5 minutes in total. Therefore, this is essentially free money. With that stated, let's go straight into the video, which I highly encourage you all do. The price of XRP is $2.27 right now, but it will rise to nearly $10,000 in the coming weeks. Before we go into the specifics, let's listen to the Ripple CEO update, which states that the Bitcoin experiment is over. We have information that $650 trillion will flow into the XRP ledger. Guys, due to its globalization across all financial institutions in more than 30 countries, XRP will eventually replace Bitcoin and Ethereum. It is priced at $10,000. Let's start rolling the clip now. Yes, XRP and its performance are comparable to those of Bitcoin. Pew! Therefore, as we previously stated, Bitcoin has been a successful experiment in many aspects, but not in terms of payments. It frequently takes an hour for Bitcoin's throughput to complete a transaction. I believe XRP. To be honest, many forget that XRP was the second most valued digital asset, surpassing ETH prior to the SEC intervention in the cryptocurrency markets. The SEC then stepped in and declared, "Hey, we think ETH is probably okay." After that, ETH rose, Ripple was sued, and XRP fell. Our government should not operate in this manner. First, we have equal opportunities and are on an even playing field. Our government shouldn't decide who wins and who loses in this situation. We believe that we'll win out in the long term, and it will take care of itself. For present, though, the community finds it annoying. Additionally, I thought your description of the XRP family was good. Rebels and officials are now spreading all of this information, but you are unaware that several financial news sources have already declared XRP. Some of them, including Forbes and Wells Fargo, are confirming the world's claim that XRP is worth $60,000. In fact, according to one of Forbes' stories, XRP is the new Bitcoin and will reach $59,472. However, they made no mention of Wells Fargo's plans to use XRP to power a cross-border payment system and service that will be available in over 22 nations, including the US, Russia, China, South Africa, Brazil, and many more. These nations have enormous economies worth billions of dollars, and their money will start to flow into the XRP ledger. However, RealFi is another important factor that they are not disclosing to you that will cause the price of XRP to soar in a matter of weeks. The $654 trillion will enter the markets on July 21st, with a huge burn for the actual token taking place on July 15th. According to numerous experts and analysts who have been in the industry, we will witness a significant supply shock in the coming days, and a week later, $650 trillion will flow into the actual token, potentially causing it to rise from 2 cents to over $65,000. The XRP ledger actually shows that real-world asset tokenization is increasing and that the real token, which went live on June 7th, is being adopted. The global real estate market is worth over $654.39 trillion, and there are only 100 million real tokens available. I believe that 20% of that has already been burnt, leaving just roughly 80 million tokens available, possibly even fewer, perhaps 60 million. RealFi utilizes the XRP ledger and its real token, based on the XRPL, to create a global real estate currency that can support a variety of property-related transactions, including rent payments, security deposits, and even full property acquisitions. This is enormous. And the quantity of money that will be generated from the actual token will be unprecedented. Discuss purchasing Bitcoin for 2 cents or 72 cents, and then selling it for more than $115,000. This is comparable to what we will witness on July 21st when the actual token, the native token for the real-time ecosystem, makes a significant announcement on their $654.03 trillion USD, leaping up with the acceptor ledger. Guys, this is huge. I'll purchase the bag. I've encountered numerous different analysts and specialists. I've seen that many people draw attention to comparable circumstances in which they are packing their bags for the actual token. Additionally, the genuine token markets are already starting to rise. As a matter of fact, we're discussing Jack Therapel here, right? By the end of 2025, 4,000 financial institutions will be using XRP, according to Jack Therapel, who has over 400,000 followers and is ranked as the most verified and significant XRP influencer, second only to Brad Cunninghouse. Furthermore, we are pointing out that the real token will rise by at least 100,000%, and we are talking about trillions. Yes, trillions. That will be added to the XRP ledger using real token. He himself has prepared a bag of genuine tokens, so you should get in while you can. The scale of actual tokens is this. Observe these enormous amounts of support. The increase was hundreds of thousands of percentage points. We are discussing verified information here. Although it has increased by 12% over the past day, the charts are obviously repeating themselves. Check this out, guys. We would have a breakout if we simply moved this here. And it looks like it will happen exactly like this. I mean, it makes perfect sense. We're examining the trend. Guys, back when it was sitting here prior to the huge break, we witnessed the exact same thing occur, this identical T-chart pattern. You've clearly seen it spike. The retracement, we received a single breakout panel, and a huge parabolic breakout is set to occur. Bang! To top it all off, they have a perfect bank score, which means that the top 3 holders are low risk. With over 1,000 wallets and a 100% kick score, the situation is very bullish. Guys, more and more wallets are joining the actual token every day. What's the reason behind that? The reason for this is that the more eyes the real token receives, the more people genuinely trust in the ecosystem. This is a real estate and payment solution, guys. Check this out, folks. It uses your actual token